Alrighty. We're just here to share an analysis on. This is a clip I saw a while ago. We may have covered it in one of the earlier racism in plain sight broadcasts, but I had never seen the 15-minute version of it, and it was just very tragic, tacky, trashy, and terroristic. The entire clip, and I think it sums up just the state of Black people everywhere in the known universe 2022. So I'm gonna play some of it, and then we're gonna hopefully provide a constructive analysis. So let me get it on the screen really quickly. Fellow attempted counter-racist called this video worse than a snuff film, and I think that rings true. I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit because all right, y'all. We're our victims, and we need help, and we're not getting the help that we need so desperately. So I'm just gonna play some of this, and we're gonna discuss it.
Baby, I'm just trying to smoke my black. I'm not. You finna burn your bed. Who would have thought?
It's Walmart's Black Friday deals for days. Score a $69 air fryer and get other huge deals this Friday in store. Shop Walmart's Black Friday deals for days.
Rules are deflated. Just live lifeless like me. You on your side of the bed. Remember every time. Now I gotta take your phone. Like, see, I'm just listening to my music.
Go over there.
I'm not doing shit.
Go over there and go.
No assist. Big bitch, I ain't
average.
Wake up. Need a zip. And a sip.
All right, we probably don't need to watch any more of this, but it's a lot. It's 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes of a Black male, Black female, and just total conflict with one another while there's a Black child, a Black baby around. And I think I said, yeah, if you had to give the Black collective a mascot or something like that, it would be this victim, this Black male victim right here. If someone needs to represent Black people, it would be this Black male here, because he seriously is needing of help, but he is just getting abused and mistreated and just bopped on the side of the head from all directions. And while this is happening to him, he is still focused on being silly while trying to sing and dance in front of his live stream. So he could, and while this is happening, you can see the people reacting on the live stream, laughing at this, laughing at the Black male being abused, laughing at the Black female just being just so far from what womanhood, from being the constructive Black male counterpart, and the Black male being the constructive Black female counterpart. This arrangement that we see here is so far from that. And this is what racist men and racist women have done. They've done a phenomenal job at maintaining their business of racism, that it produces this situation that we're witnessing. It produces it, I suspect, in large numbers. So again, we see a Black male here who represents myself. I say he's a representative for all Black people across the planet because he clearly needs help. He's not getting the help that he needs, while needing of that help, still being abused, while needing of that help, still being focused on being silly, while being abused, still being focused on being silly. It's tragic, but this is the situation we are in. And I hope this was a constructive analysis. I hope me presenting this tragic image in front of you, paired with this analysis, made it worth it and constructive. And I did not just damage you further by showing you these images. I'll pause there, see if folks want to chime in.
A good job with the editing there, 05, because yeah, he was really we skipped past a lot of it, thankfully, because I've seen that video more than I wanted to, really, and he really does he's definitely getting mistreated. I mean, they're both being mistreated. I mean, we're all in the system of racism, white supremacy, but when you look at that, you think there is no such thing as Black male privilege, right? Black male privilege does not exist. Black female privilege does not exist. In the code, Neely Fuller Jr.'s code book, all slaves are equal. There's no such thing just because this white person over here might give you some more trinkets this day and this white person over there might give you some more trinkets on the next day. All slaves are equal. Yeah, and like you say, whilst they're both being mistreated, he's taking her phone, she's smacking the hell out of him. There's offspring right there, a little one of their offsprings right there, looking at this kind of stuff, learning what to do when he or she grows up as well, so they can pass on the psychopathy in that system. And yeah, really, 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 really tragic. Sums up, like you say, what it is to be just a confused set of victims in a system of racism, white supremacy. I suspect this is what they want for all of us. Just, rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, as they say, to use that metaphor, rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. You can see it's going down where you're drowning, everyone's drowning around you, you're getting mistreated in this system, and you're trying to rearrange the chairs. You're trying to still sing on your live stream, and you're trying to smoke wherever you're smoking and sing and trying to pretend that you're not being mistreated when you clearly are. Very tragic.
Yeah, and if you just look into the eyes of this victim, he's like almost like holding in like a sob, because he understands somewhere in his brain computer that his situation is not correct. He should not be being abused by the Black female he had an offspring with. That should not be happening. He should not be he should not be in a situation. Somewhere he knows this, but he's doing an excellent job from keeping all that within, from withholding the tears. And instead
I think noteworthy as well, 05, is that Black female would not be smacking around a white male. If she was involved with a white male, I suspect that she would not be smacking around that white male on camera like that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
she'd know, female or no female, she's gonna have to be, she's gonna be in jail pretty soon if she's gonna do that to a white male as well. So I suspect she's doing that because she's hitting another slave who's on the plantation with her.
Yeah, exactly. Another powerless victim, and he knows he's powerless. He knows that, hey, it's just so tragic. But hey, point me to like someone says, hey, point me to a Black man. I'm gonna send someone this link. you know, this is the average black man in my mind. And I know this may sound really far out there, but hey, as a collective, I think we're all in this situation right here. You know, being mistreated, not getting the help we need. People see us being mistreated, laughing at us. Literally laughing. You know, business is good in the system of white supremacy. Let's keep at it. But yeah, this is my 2022 representative of black
Hey,
people worldwide.
sorry, 05. How many clicks has that video got? How many views has that video got? Do you know?
Yeah, we can find that out right now, actually.
Because I suspect that there are just tons and tons and tons of
Oh,
non-white
it has
people who've seen that.
13 million views.
What?
But
13 million views. I mean, can you imagine that? Just oh
yeah,
man,
we could barely get like barely get CRWS content to get over 100 views. You know,
and can you imagine the confusion? A lot of the non-white exactly. And can you imagine the non-white people who's gonna be watching that? So many of us were so confused. We're not even gonna be able to understand what we're watching. And like I said before on the closing comments on the last one, when I was saying like no name calling, no arguing, non-white people are gonna look at that, and the first thing they're gonna do is start name calling the black woman or the black female, and start name calling the black male. That's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna start name calling them. That's
Look
what
at
we're
the comments
programmed
over
to
there.
do.
Exactly what they
Yeah.
did.
Oh, but you see, I ain't even seen the comments. I knew.
oh, you see, yeah, I
You
was
could
trying to
set
get
your
the
watch. I
comments
ain't even
up.
seen the
Yeah,
comments, and I knew you could just set your watch by them. You know
yeah.
how confused we are, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Instead of looking at them as both victims on the bottom of the slave ship, we're gonna be looking at, oh no, look at this black male. Oh, this black man should have just punched her or something. He should have hit her back. Or
Yeah,
this black
like,
woman. Oh, how dare she do that? And the confusion. We are so confused. All we're gonna do, most of us, is just get ready with the name calling. We can't wait to name call some more black people.
like,
We just get out of bed in the morning, and the first thing, yes, we found some black people to name call. Yes, that's great. Sport enjoyed by all. Sport enjoyed by all, like Neely Fuller Jr. says, unfortunately.
13 million views. I wonder how many people have sat back and thought, wow, this is really disturbing. Like thankfully some of these commenters are not that are aware of what they're seeing. And like, Michelle Horns is very, very sad. He's crying out for help. He needs so much help. Yeah. And some of the
I
comments
can imagine a lot of them are like laughing emojis and just finding fun. Oh, this is really, really fun. Imagine the psychosis that we're under. We're under this system where you can look at that and find fun and humor out of that. Imagine how damaged we are as non-white people. You can see that happening to two non-white people. You can find enjoyment out of that. This is a pastime. This is like real fun for some non-white people. This is real.
That's the success of the system. That's the success of it.
Exactly. You got to take your hats off to racist man and racist woman for putting us in this type of mental psychosis. I say,
yeah, you have 66,000 ha ha ha, look at this pitiful black male, and then we have 38,000 sad reactions.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah.
So the majority of people find it funny.
Yeah, the majority of people. Yeah, but
the majority of people found it funny. They looked at that and found that funny. How is that? Only we're crazy. We're crazy if we find that funny. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
Produce results as a black female. Would you like to share your thoughts on this clip?
This, I unfortunately have seen this many a time, and it's before, when I was confused, it used to be funny. Now it's It's just like, why are we still doing this? It's like we're doing the white supremacists work for them. We're doing it for them. You can't interact with each other without putting your hands on each other. That's all I see right there. You can't interact, you can't talk to this person and resolve any conflict. We go straight to the violence. And then it doesn't help. You got 13 million views. So you're spreading this to other people. You're telling them this is how you resolve conflict with someone you're supposed to be in a relationship with someone you have offspring with. Let us show our offspring that the way we resolve conflict with each other is we put our hands on each other. That's all I see right there. The way we resolve conflict is we put our hands on each other. And then when the child does that, as an older person, and then they get in trouble, then they're confused. Why am I facing criminal charges? I was taught this. They're not really consciously thinking that, but that's just what's going to happen. All this is showing the child that's there is we resolve conflict, not with our words, not with communicating effectively and constructively with each other. We put our hands on each other. And then we wonder why we can't get anything done. We wonder why we're mistreated by other people. We wonder why these people I don't know, these white people that I don't know talk to me like a dog and treat me like an animal, because this is how I was taught how to interact, not how to interact constructively with people, not how to be a problem solver, how to make problems.
Thank you. That was profound analysis, and it has been going on for too long, and the business of keeping Black people in conflict with one another is promoted just how we see here, you know, with on Facebook and this information being thrown up here with no context of racism and white supremacy. Just, hey, look how just have y'all seen this toxic mess? You know, as some ghettoized voice mentality, when one would read this title, and then they would just see this, and some would laugh. Many, actually, most have laughed, as we've seen with the results here. Most have laughed, but they're not seeing the this as a result of racist men and racist women sabotaging our relationship with one another, making us hate one another or despise one another to the point where we don't even have the courtesy or patience to come up with more ways to resolve conflict without that's not harming one another, like producer results were mentioning. This is how we resolve conflict, by harming one another. And then our offspring is going to learn this nonsense, and then yep, they're going to be on the school grounds, and they're going to try to resolve their problems with trying to harm someone who's not going to take it, and then they're going to end up greatly harmed or greatly harmed and greatly confined in prison. So this is sad. This is
Very,
sad.
very sad.
Yeah.
And I think when more of us get on code, I think we'll just learn to just if anyone sends us any of this kind of material, we'll just learn to delete it straight away and not pass it on to any other non-white people. Thankfully now, since getting on code as much as I can be, I've thankfully got that down to a minimum now. Quite a minimum. When I was a lot more confused, I used to have a lot of different non-white people sending me just trash nonsense, non-constructive nonsense from everywhere, on every kind of media, whatever. They just send me all this kind of just black people doing stupid stuff. And I just had to lay it down and I just had to say to everybody that used to send me content like that, I just said, if it doesn't have a constructive effect on the way that I think, speak, and act, don't send it to me. If you're not teaching me something constructive, don't send it to me. I don't care what it is. Don't send it to me. So now you're going to have to think before you send me anything, before you text me, before you ring me, before you ring my phone. You better have something good. You better have something constructive to say to me. Otherwise, just don't call me. If you're going to send me some video, whether it's going to be, I don't know, some hip hop video, some non-white person doing this or that, whether you better analyze it for yourself. Don't send it to me. Don't send it. Are you gonna, that I'm just gonna bite your head off. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna delete you from my phone book, or I'm just gonna, I'm gonna have some words for you. Don't send me anything that doesn't have a constructive effect on the way I think, speak, and act. If more of us were on code like that, then this probably wouldn't have gained as much views as it has, I suspect. Really unfortunate, because we as non-white people, we allow these things to grow, because it's like we like this type of chaos. We define our living experience through chaos and just more tacky, trashy nonsense. Anyway.
Yeah. Well said. Well said, everyone.
It's the programming, man. No two ways about it. It's just how, again, movies, music, poems, stories, quote unquote, education, all of those mediums are used to train people on how to behave, which goes back to the question, what does it mean to be Black? What does it mean to be white? What is your character's role supposed to do? What are you supposed to be doing when you identify as this character? And then what is acceptable behavior for that character by society? Because society is also trained on what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it. And if you're not doing it, then you're considered odd or suspicious.
Well said. Well said. Still learning. Ray L. First time, last time. Yep. Yep. First time, last time. Should have mentioned it sooner. Black male should have got out of this arrangement. It was the first time he was accosted by the Black female. But because we're victims and don't know any better, he probably stayed. This is probably normal to him being abused by Black people, Black females. Probably normal to him. Probably comes from a long line of Black males being victimized in this manner by Black females, and so this is probably just normal. Or he probably doesn't have anywhere to go, so he must tolerate the abuse, which is the situation for many Black males. Not being able to sustain oneself because not being able to secure the proper finances and whatnot. So we must depend on a Black female or just system to take care of us, as it is designed. The system is all of us must survive off the system. The system had just designed it to make it very, very incredibly hard for the Black male. So he may be with her for that reason. He just can't sustain himself without being with her. Or he's just trying to put it, stick it through for the offspring. Whatever the case,
yep.
Very tragic. Very tragic.
And like we say, every time when we look at things like this, we have to think, where did they learn to behave like that? And if the non-white person says, well, maybe they learned from another non-white person, where did that non-white person that they learn it from learn to act like that, learn to behave like that? I suspect all roads lead back to racist man and racist woman. No such thing as a major problem among Black people, non-white people, that can't be solved or greatly reduced if there were not such a thing as a system of racism, white supremacy. I don't think that those two non-white people would be acting like that if there weren't a system of racism, white supremacy. So all roads lead back to that, and I think we need to, that's further evidence, further examples of why we need to end that system immediately. Every one of us needs to be dedicated soldiers in eliminating that system of racism, white supremacy. Like Neely Fuller Jr. said, the reason for breathing, that should be your reason for breathing, your reason for being. You shouldn't be, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you walking around doing? Just running around acting stupid for in a war. You're running around on a battlefield. That's what you're doing. You're running around acting stupid on a battlefield where the enemies are they're zeroing in. They got the infrared beams on your face, around your forehead, and you're running around twerking, acting stupid, smoking, getting smacked up, and filming it for everybody else to see. This is what you're gonna do on a battlefield. Yeah.
Andre, I don't know if you all know who the author Andre Perry is. He has the book, I think it's called Know Your Worth or Know Your Value. I think it's Know Your Value. But he has a comment in that book that states that there's nothing wrong with Black people that ending racism cannot solve. I thought that was pretty profound when I thought about it. It made a lot of sense that, all of the ills that the Black mind is subjected to, like Smoking Damage just said, ask enough questions, all roads lead back to RWS, racist man and racist woman, racist child. And so all of pathology stems from the interactions, the teachings, the trainings, and the programming that comes from their think tanks. And believe me, they put this stuff in think tanks. They work burning the midnight oil. And you all have heard Dr. Mr. Fuller said, Dr. Welsing said, and a bunch of other scholars that they are up 24/7, 365, working on how to maintain the system and control the behavior of non-white folks. That's what they do. And again, nothing wrong with Black people that ending racism cannot solve. Andre M. Perry.
Press. Well said. All righty. Did we cover Rael, fear, failure to engage against racism? Well, I like that one. I was told
Interesting.
It was.
I like that. Failure to engage against racism.
That is.
Shouts to
Yeah.
Rael.
I
I'm gonna have to post that. I'm gonna post that tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah, I have a codified ring to it.
I'm always trying to make up my own little counter-racist sayings, little codified responses. That is that's excellent.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I think we could dab out of here. I think we could dab out of here. We are well, I won't say dab out of here. I think we can conclude. But folks have any final words they'd like to say about this clip? Perhaps maybe what advice would one to give to this particular victim or victims who behave in this manner?
I think it's already been said first time, last time. Following logic, what do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? How do you plan to do it? And what do you expect the constructive result to be? And if you really follow those steps, you can't really go wrong. It will take you exactly where you need to be. Why are you? I mean, if both the Black female and the Black male in that situation ask themselves those particular questions, and really ask themselves those questions, thought about the answers to those questions, maybe they wouldn't be with each other. Maybe they would not be in the same. They wouldn't be under the same roof with each other. Yeah, I don't know what other kind of advice I could give them apart from that. Look, just follow the logic. Make whatever you're gonna do have a constructive result, and obviously beating the hell out of each other and in a abusive relationship, etc., is not is obviously not constructive.
Yeah, I'm just gonna second everything you said, and second everything you said in regards to the being stupid on the battlefield. Should not be seeking attention on the battlefield. You know, seeking attention from other targets on the battlefield. It's really silly and really just wacky thinking. Wacky is what racist men and racist women have made us. Literal, like, just literal caricatures. I had another clip where that was just like a bunch of black people were doing just being silly. I'm not gonna play it because the imagery, just you could probably just imagine it. Just imagine a bunch of black people just focus on being silly, and then a black male pulls up in a tiny car, almost like how a clown has those cars, those tiny clown cars, and then he pulls up with I'm not even joking.
And does what?
And he pulls up with all this commotion going on, like some sort of wreck was happening. All the black people are out, and he pulls out during the wreck and all the commotion. He's like, "Yo, what happened? What's going on?" Black people, Actually, let's see, because I did have it in the queue, because sometimes I do a poor job at explaining things and visualizing things. Oh, I forgot clips. Or they have. Oh no. Yeah, never mind. Lesson learned. A lot of the clips I had planned when they were I didn't forget them. They just been deleted. Yeah, that's what's happening. I have to download them if I want. Let me see. Oh, and another thing I noticed about just this state of the black male, when I was gathering these clips, see a lot of fight videos. I watched a fight between that's so sad. I may dang. All right, just because it's so related, I'm gonna play some of it because it's very much related to this clip we have here on the screen with the black male. And it just goes to show you just how much of a beating we're getting handed by the system of white supremacy. And the psychology that I'm going to mention the psychology that I think I'm seeing here in this clip. Oh, what's not even the right clip? It's not even the right clip. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. I guess I didn't save it. I guess I kept that one to myself. And then I did think, okay, maybe okay, not the one I was talking about, but the one I was talking about earlier with just I see a bunch of characters here. This may be incorrect, but I just see a bunch of just final clip.
He tried to bend the corner, nigga wasn't going nowhere. That's why he got smacked, cook. He tried to bend the corner, nigga wasn't going nowhere. Nigga was spinning right there in the middle of the street, shout. Oh shit, cook. Goddamn, oh shit, shoulder, cook. Hey, cook, we got the goddamn miniature car here, shout. What the fuck going on, cut it? Only in Cleveland, shout. Cut, that bitch running. Oh shit, he sliding that bitch, shout, cut. That bitch running off of 3 AAA batteries, shout. That bitch running off of vegetable oil, power steering fluid. Going nowhere.
All right, so the situation is dire. Motivation to solve the race problem. Um, these images of us need to cease. Um, yeah, the white people are having a blast. They're having a blast.
Yeah, I couldn't even see that clip actually, but so hopefully other people saw it. But I was looking on the screen, but it didn't look like it was playing. But
Oh no!
hopefully
Hold
other
on.
people.
That's my experience too. I didn't see anything.
Oh, I wish you guys would have said it. I'll run it back. We just wasted a lot of time because. All right. Well,
I thought it was just my rubbish phone.
No. No. Okay. Do you guys see anything on the screen now? Is something on the screen now?
Yep.
Crashed the vehicle.
Yeah. All
Or-
right.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So because I commented on it already, I'm just gonna let it play, and then after it, you guys can share your comments if you have any.
Don't go nowhere. That's why he got smacked, cook. He tried to bend the corner, nigga wasn't going nowhere. Nigga was spinning right there in the middle of the street, shout. Oh shit, cook. Goddamn. Oh shit, shoulder, cook. Hey, cook, we got the goddamn miniature car here, shout. What the fuck going on, cut it? Only in Cleveland, shout. Cut, that bitch running. Oh shit, he sliding that bitch, shout, cut. That bitch running off of 3 AAA batteries, shout. That bitch running off of vegetable oil, power steering fluid.
Oh God, yeah. Just some showing off, being silly in the system of racism, white supremacy, showing off to other black people. The white supremacists don't give a damn about what you're showing off because you got that little automobile, whatever the hell it is, from racist man or racist woman. So they're not interested in what you got to show. Only other non-white people, non-white people at the bottom of the slave ship with you are interested in your little show-offisms. So yeah, just another example, like you were saying, there's some other non-white people shouting, being silly, being tacky in a system of racism, white supremacy, just architects of our own destruction.
Excellent segue into the last clip. I found the clip I was talking about where it's just symbolic of us being just of the beating of it's depicting the literal and symbolic beating we are facing under the system of white supremacy, and I mentioned the psychology behind this clip, and I'm playing it because it's very related to the first clip with the black male being physically abused by the black female. We're getting it from our angles, but the focus should always be on racist man and racist woman, and these people can only be white. So I'm not gonna play all of this. We should not have to watch all of this, but we'll watch some of it just so you can see what I'm talking about.
You been, sir? Come, man. Hand that bitch, man. Oh! Hey, stop! Get back up! Stop! Get back up, nigga! Get back up! Stop, bro! Stop, bro! Stop! Get back up!
Okay, I won't play anymore, but what is happening is that this black male keeps getting beat up by this white man. He keeps trying to fight him, but he's not throwing any counter blows. He's not attempting to defend himself. He just turns away and lets the white man do whatever he wants to him. And I'm like, why does a black male continue to like attempt to like, pretend like he wants to fight him, but when he's being attacked, he's turning away and not even trying to defend himself. It's like insanity. I'm like, oh, something going on here. Like there's something maybe in his brain computer that's like, hey, this is a white man. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. But I gotta pretend to be tough because the black people are around. So I'm gonna, do the showboating, waving my fist in the air, pumping out my chest. But when it comes to actually doing something to this white man, totally clueless. And of course, the black people around him are not helping him, but instead encouraging it, motivating it. I'd have been like, yeah, see, he's not even hitting the white person back. Something is preventing him from attacking him. His mind's all messed up. He needs help. He shouldn't be fighting. He needs help. But we're not in that society. We're in the system of white supremacy racism.
In the movie I, Robot, they called it the 3 laws. In the movie RoboCop, they were the 3 prime directives. In both cases, these robots were programmed with code that prevented them from turning on their creators. They were programmed, so whenever there was a situation when the algorithm added up that the creator was the problem, the 3 laws or the prime directives prevented the robot from taking action against its creator. Like you said, 0526, it's quite possible in his brain computer, as much as he wanted to fight and defend himself, everything he's ever learned about himself and white people, his programming taught him not to hit that white man. Could be. Or maybe the guy just can't fight and didn't know how to throw a blow, but he was angry enough to get into a conflict. I'm leaning more towards the programming versus the skill set.
That is a profoundly tragic analysis. And I think it hits it right on the nail. Ray L says he's afraid to hit back like a programmed android, very similar to what you said. And I think it's really significant. And I think this is, oh, wow. I'm glad I played this clip now because that analysis is so brilliant. And I think you may be onto something. We have been definitely programmed to not ever target or focus on white people.
Failure to engage against racism.
Yeah,
That's
this is
true.
direct. This is direct in your face racism, getting kicked in the head racism, but still can't do anything about it. The black people around them can't do anything about it. And this white man had free reign to beat the hell out of his black male and walk away unscathed.
Exactly like what Dr. Welsing said. We're on the we're on the football field and we've got a tennis racket in our hand, right? wondering why we're not making any making any plays and stuff and make any kind of headway against the white supremacists. And that's exactly what it is. We're not and as soon as we figure out the game, they change it. They change the rules of the game as well. So we got that to contend with as well. So that is basically, that little clip was white supremacy in microcosm right there. And that's unfortunately, that's most of us in this system. We either don't want to know how to fight against the white supremacists, or if we do want to fight against the white supremacists, we're too afraid to. And even when we're not afraid to, we don't have the correct strategy in mind to even land the blows properly. Unfortunately, that's exactly how we are, how we've proven to be in this in this system. And until we are united around a code of conduct, a code of behavior against that system, then we are not gonna land any blows against the white supremacists. They're gonna be 10,000 steps ahead of us. They've and I remember that RoboCop film. It's like they be, before creation, before we're born, they already have the prime directives right there. Don't go against your creator. like on the plantation, and give us the 3 pages in the 4 pages in the Bible or whatever, and slave obey your master. So that every time anything happens to us, we got a lot of black people, like Dr. Wilson said, all of a sudden we got us weeping and wailing with racist man and racist woman, weeping and wailing. I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you, forgiving white people. And then by the next week, they kill another one of us or another 100 of us, and then we're back again, locking arms with a racist man and racist woman, talking about I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. It's a major sign of a lack of black self-respect, but like I say, even when some of us want to, then we don't have the strategy, because we don't want to take the time and energy to find out exactly what racism is and how it works. Quick plug for the book. Go to producejustice.com and purchase a copy of Neely Fuller Jr.'s Counter-Racist Code, the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, textbook workbook for victims of racism, white supremacy. Get Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's The ISIS Papers, The Keys to the Colors. Get it, and hopefully you'll understand a little more about what white supremacy is as a system.
Thank you, Smokey Damages. Very, very well said. And thanks to the chat, Line 22, Sarah Kiss, Halima Candy, Ray L, Kwaku, thanks for your participation and your audience. My closing comment, I'm just gonna echo what Ray L said, but I'm gonna change it up a bit. We non-white people, we're afraid to fight back against the system of white supremacy. We're afraid to hit back like programmed androids. That's my closing comment. ProduceJustice.com. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Produce results, still learning. Would you all like to share closing comments?
Oh, and sorry, stop arguing with other non-white people. Do not name call other non-white people. Stop arguing with other non-white people. Do not name call other non-white people.
My final
I'm sorry, go ahead.
My final comment would be no contact, no conflict. Like Mr. Fuller says, we are full of poison. You can reduce the spread of said poison by practicing no contact, no conflict.
Produce results. Would you like to promote your the site you just created? The one you and I enrolled, if you want to call it enrolled in. Just if you want to. If not, that's cool too.
Yes, it might be easier to put it in the chat. It's a free Google Sites password, but I'll put it in the chat so that it can be shared that way.
Cool. After all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.
Well, yeah, if you put it in the chat right now, produce results, I can share it with the YouTube chat, and they can give it a peek. Is it yeah, produce results, are you able to do that right now? Put it in the Zoom chat.
Yes, I'm looking for the website to copy and paste into the chat right now.
Understood. While that's being sorted, context of white supremacy, that's a broadcast that should be listened to by non-white people across the planet as well. You can find that at blacktalkradio.network. Black Talk Radio Network, Black Talk Radio Network. Google it, and then you can find context of white supremacy there. And this is Produce Results, very, very constructive website that she arranged herself. Black self-respect right there. And yes, I'm gonna have it in the chat for the folks in the chat, have some time to copy and paste it before I close out. And
05, are you planning on having another Zoom before February, before Black History Month?
Oh yeah, we'll be here this Sunday for Race Code War. Pages 194, I believe, to 206. But don't quote me. I know it's up to 206, but I don't know where we're starting at. But up to 206, we're gonna talk about Batman and how Batman is the racist man's black fantasy of being a black person. And we'll be talking about Moby Dick. So will be very interesting.
I like to suggest that at one meeting, either this one or the next one or the one after that, that we, this panel here and anyone else who wants to attend, begin to look at and analyze the purpose and intent of Black History Month. Do we still need it? And if not, what should be done with that period of time? Should it be reconstructed or something along those lines to be more constructive? Anyhow, just an analysis of Black History Month, what it's been, what it's done, what it's supposed to do, and if we want to change something about it, what would that look like? Just a suggestion.
Very noted, and it could be very constructive to do a Black History Month broadcast next month. I believe that's when it so-called starts. So yeah, I'll definitely start some research on that. But
I don't know. I think the MLK holiday might be the official kickoff of Black History Month going forward.
Oh, wow. Thank you for the suggestion and the idea. Produce Results. Thank you for plugging your website. We'll be here again. Stay tuned. We there's always a chance for there to be a impromptu movie decoding or discussion or screening. If folks would like to participate, I will attempt to keep everyone in a loop. I am attempting to do some screenings over in VR chat because there's just thousands of movies easily accessible in VR chat that one doesn't have to download or go to some suspicious website. They're already just there. So we'll keep everyone in a loop. CIWS signing out. If you want to tune in to something constructive after this, Context of White Supremacy is airing right now, currently, and you could tune in at, I'm actually gonna put the website right here in the chat.
Is that Gus's show?
Yep.
Or
it's live. Yep, it's live right now. Covering Lucky, Alice Sebold's book of allegedly being raped. So after I hang up here, I will be tuning in there and chatting up with the Cows folks. So thanks for the audience. Invite. Oh yeah, thanks for the participation. It was excellent and yeah, worthwhile. And thanks again for the audience. I appreciate their participation is always very constructive to see what is shared. Batman outcast by a white society, but still in service to white society. Tucson Soma. Yeah, tune in with us on Sunday. We're gonna talk about Batman. But thanks for hanging out with us today. Well, for participating in this business meeting today. I hope it was constructive. CRWS signing out. Still learning. Would you like to share something before we head out?
Oh no, I'm good, man. Once again, thank you very much for the opportunity to chime in tonight, for the invite. Smoking Damages, Produce Results, everybody in the chat. Appreciate it 100%. Thank you all. Have a good afternoon, good evening, y'all. Be safe.
Thank you. Maybe I'll do the same. All righty.